Invited distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, let me take this opportunity to express my Director General's inability to be here today. It's been taken up by other obligations. I'm happy to be here today to share with you a few points as regards this post-MWC event. Ladies and gentlemen, the NCA has been participating in the Mobile World Congress held annually in Barcelona because it affords the authority the opportunity to gain insights into key developments in the global mobile industry. Being abreast with industry developments and having an idea about where technology and markets are heading enhances effective regulation in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, regulation is a double-edged sword that creates opportunities and risks in the marketplace. When a regulator takes global view in developing policy with a view to harmonizing its decisions with global trends, significant opportunities can be created through the economies of scale that may emerge. On the contrary, if we ignore the global perspectives and develop policies that diverge significantly from global trends, we could create serious risks arising from the relatively high cost of deployment in a relatively small market. That is why the NCA continues to participate in such meetings and conferences. It is encouraging to know that the industry seeks to reflect on the recent Mobile World Congress in a bid to translate the global perspectives and trends into the Ghanaian mobile industry. The introductory statement on the letter that invited me to address this event read thus: with less than a third of the world's population connected to the internet, mobile technology will be instrumental in bringing the next few billion people. In Ghana, voice telephony subscriptions have exceeded 100% of the population. However, mobile internet subscription represents just over a quarter of the population. At the NCA, we are certain about our projections that the next billion internet subscriptions will be via mobile technology. Mobile technologies, however, thrive on radio frequencies. The availability of radio frequency is a key enabler of the deployment of mobile network infrastructure. The NCA has therefore consistently worked towards efficiently releasing frequencies for broadband services as mobile technologies emerge. Frequencies in the 2100 MHz band were issued to existing operators for the deployment of 3G services. The deployment of these services has been rather slow and sparse. Even within Accra, a mobile broadband user has an experience that vacillates between 3G and GPRS/Edge. We encourage operators to deepen 3G coverage within the cities and towns for a better customer experience. The increasing use of smartphones and tablets is growing the demand for high-speed mobile internet services. Ladies and gentlemen, the authority has recently granted broadband wireless access, what we refer to as BWA, licenses in the 2500 to 2690 MHz band to new operators who are expected to deploy 4G technologies from inception. Presently, work is being done to release more spectrum for mobile broadband in the 700 MHz and 800 MHz bands. These frequencies would be released upon the successful transition from analog to digital television and are thus called the digital dividend. The government is committed to achieving this transition by commencing a phased analog switch off from December 2014 through to June 2015. It is expected that 72 MHz of spectrum will be allocated in the 800 MHz band for mobile and another 96 MHz in the 700 MHz band. In the case of the 700 MHz band, the lower edge of the dividend will be finalized at the World Radio Communications Conference 2015, popularly referred to as WRC 15. The authority is therefore actively participating in the study group activities of the ITUR that relate to WRC 15 Agenda Item 1.2, which borders on the digital dividend frequencies. The authority would also, in the course of the year, commence public consultations on the frequency arrangement and mechanisms of award of the digital dividend in preparation for requests for applications next year. Ladies and gentlemen, it is heartening to note that at the Mobile World Conference, that 4 CEOs of major companies in the wireless arena, Nokia, QTEL Group, Bharti Airtel, and Mozilla, all agreed that the price of mobile devices and services will need to come down to connect the next billion people. In this regard, smartphone adoption is key to bringing people to the internet, although prices have to come down. Huawei, a leading global information and communications technology service solutions provider, recently launched its smartphone for Africa, the For Africa Accent W1, in Egypt, Nigeria, Kenya, Ivory Coast, Angola, Morocco, and South Africa. And it is expected that the smartphone will be available by the end of March. Although there's no official word on the pricing yet, the scatterbat is that it will be a very affordable smartphone, with one source revealing that it would cost less than $200. The authority has already initiated discussions with Huawei Ghana to ensure that the smartphone is made available in Ghana as soon as it is made available in the 8 countries that I've already mentioned. Again, the CEOs agreed that connecting more people to the internet brings tremendous benefits. Let me reiterate that increased penetration of broadband internet increases a country's gross domestic product, creates new jobs, and raises people above the poverty line. Ladies and gentlemen, there is serious potential for growth in mobile data, and the authority would encourage operators in the industry to invest significantly in mobile broadband technologies in order to build and sustain customer habits in the use of mobile applications and services. On this note, I wish to declare this post-MWC event officially open and to wish us fruitful deliberation.